Let me tell you a story. Back in 1995, a graphic design teacher named Linda Weinman started a website. It wasn't anything fancy. It was really just a place for her to play around with new web tools and show off her students' work. You know, a small, practical little project that, well, was about to become anything but. See, that simple website, lynda.com, didn't stay small for long. It grew and grew into something absolutely massive. And eventually, it was sold to LinkedIn for, well, for this jaw-dropping amount of money. Yeah, you heard that right. $1.5 billion. Just let that sink in for a second. This wasn't some high-flying startup funded by venture capitalists from day one. This was born from a teacher's simple desire to share what she knew. So you gotta ask, right? What was her secret? Was it just pure dumb luck? No, not even close. Linda's journey is actually a perfect masterclass in a very powerful set of entrepreneurial mindsets. And here's the really fascinating part. These mindsets completely fly in the face of everything they teach you in business school. They're the exact opposite of how big corporations think and act. They're not just different, they're counter-conventional. So what do we even mean by a mindset? Well, think of it like your brain's operating system. It's that deep internal programming, your ingrained attitudes and habits that automatically dictates how you respond when an opportunity or a challenge pops up. It's the foundation for every single thing you do. Okay, so check this out. On the left, you've got this standard big company playbook. Stay in your lane, chase gigantic markets, and focus on the next product. But on the right, that's the entrepreneurial mindset. Say yes to things you don't know how to do. Absolutely dominate a tiny niche, and start with a real painful problem. It's like they're from two different planets. So let's break these down. We're going to split them into two groups. These first three mindsets are all about how entrepreneurs choose to act in the world. Mindset number one is the yes, we can attitude. You know, traditional business wisdom tells you to stick to your knitting, only focus on your core competencies, the things you're already great at. If a new opportunity falls outside that little box, the corporate answer is almost always no. But the entrepreneur, their default answer is the complete opposite. Just listen to this story about Arnold Correa in Brazil. His company managed events. Then one day, a client asks if he can build a satellite TV network for 260 of their stores. Now, Arnold knew nothing about satellites, but his answer? Yes, we can do that. He ended up reinventing his entire business 4 different times, all because he kept saying yes to things he hadn't figured out yet. Okay, next up is what we call problem-first logic. Big companies, they're obsessed with products. I mean, think about Coca-Cola. You got Classic Coke, New Coke, Diet Coke, Cherry Coke. It's all just another version of the same product. But entrepreneurs, they're obsessed with problems. Take Jonathan Thorne. He saw surgeons getting incredibly frustrated because their forceps would stick to human tissue during surgery. That is a painful, specific problem. He solved it. And guess what? He built an amazing business around it. All right, let's talk about mindset number 3. And this one sounds totally wrong at first. Think narrow. A big corporation needs to move the needle, right? So they have to chase these huge billion-dollar markets. But for an entrepreneur, thinking narrow is a secret weapon. It lets you become the absolute, hands-down best solution for one very specific group of people. You build a loyal following, and then you expand from there. I mean, Nike is the perfect example. They didn't start out trying to make a shoe for everybody. No way. They focused on a tiny, super specific group, elite distance runners. These runners kept getting injured because their shoes were basically designed for sprinters. So Nike solved that one problem for that one group and perfected their shoe. Then, and only then, did they use that credibility to jump into tennis, basketball, and, well, you know the rest, total world domination. Okay, so that's how entrepreneurs act. The next 3 mindsets are all about how they get the resources, the money, the stuff they need to actually make it all happen. Mindset number 4 might just be my favorite. It's simple. Ask for the cash. When Elon Musk and the early Tesla team wanted to build their crazy, revolutionary electric car, they needed a mountain of money. The obvious move would have been to go beg venture capitalists, right? Well, they didn't do that. Instead, they went on a roadshow. They targeted a very specific group of people, wealthy, eco-friendly, early adopter types. And they didn't ask for an investment. They asked people to pre-buy the car. How many did they sell? 100 of them. 100 Tesla Roadsters. The price tag? A cool $100,000 a piece. And here is the absolute genius part. They asked for the entire amount, paid in full, right then and there. So you do the math. Before a single production car had even rolled off the line, they had $10 million sitting in the bank. Let that sink in. They funded the initial development of their company using their customers' money, not investors' money. They literally got paid to build their own business. It is an absolutely brilliant, game-changing strategy. Okay, mindset number 5 is to beg and borrow. Check out the story of GoApe, the treetop adventure company. Now, if you're gonna start a business like that, what's the single most expensive thing you need? A forest, right? But instead of buying one, the founders, Tristram and Rebecca Mayhew, just partnered with the UK Forestry Commission. They got to use the trees, the parking lots, even the bathrooms. All they had to do was bring the ropes and harnesses. They built a massive business by borrowing their most expensive asset instead of buying it. And finally, we have mindset number 6. Don't ask permission. Just think about Uber for a second. Can you imagine if the founders had walked into the city regulator's office and said, "Hi, we'd like your permission to start a taxi company. Oh, by the way, we don't own any taxis." What do you think the answer would have been? They would have been laughed out of the building. When the rules are fuzzy or when technology has outpaced the law, entrepreneurs just go for it. So we've just walked through 6 incredibly powerful, rule-breaking mindsets that have built billion-dollar companies. But, this isn't just a history lesson about other people. The real question is about you. So I want you to take a hard look at this slide and seriously ask yourself these 4 questions. First, which of these mindsets do you already have in your toolkit? Second, which ones could you work on developing? Third, who in your life, your team, your kids, your friends, could you teach these to? And most importantly, what's the biggest roadblock you're facing right now that one of these mindsets could help you completely smash through? Because at the end of the day, that's what this is really all about. These aren't just clever business tactics. There's 6 mindsets for breaking the rules and thinking differently. 6 powerful ways of seeing the world that can help anyone. And yes, that includes you. Go out and make